Welcome back to the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and now we're going to try and make our way back home to base.
With chapter 2, I actually forgot already the title, which was at the end of the previous part.
It's chapter 2, the seconding.
Has any of you played the Disaster Report?
No.
I've heard of it.
Well, I'll mention after the cutscene's over.
Well, job well done, Avalanche.
Go team!
Well, I mean, we already know that.
Even the characters will mention this in a second.
No way.
And now Jessie is burdened with the thought she might have killed hundreds of people.
But what if it was?
What's done is done.
Yeah, the Cloud has a point.
It ain't pretty, but we can't stop now. This was just the first reactor, and the planet won't be safe till we get the rest.
If you only knew.
Well, let's just hope there's enough of the population left to celebrate that, but let's try not to blow them up.
Well, if there's not gonna be a planet anymore, it won't matter how much population was left at that moment.
Though you may not be crying out, I know you're in pain, just like the planet. But it's okay, because I'm here for you, to help take the load off your shoulders.
Also, this rendition of the Shinra theme is quite epic.
Mm-hmm.
It's ironic that it's being used during the pep talk for Avalanche.
One thing that I really like as well about
I would like very much to get paid.
One thing that I really love about the way Barrett is written in this game is how he in the first game he didn't have this. In the original game he didn't have this, where he has these speeches that he
the preacher attitude, yeah.
Because he's the leader and he's part of his role is to motivate his group. And in the original, it was basically just, let's go and do this and shit. But in here, I think there's a lot more nuance to the way he's written this, since that, yeah, he still has that Mr. T attitude to him, but
he also needs to give them motivational speeches because, the other members of Avalanche needs them from time to time.
Alright, let's go to the train station, meet up there. Should be simple enough, right?
Again,
yeah, seriously, Cloud, just wait for a second. You have to get the new iPhone model? Jesus.
Hey, look. Us spiky hair protagonists tend to have problems with getting paid.
Alright, if you don't know... Oh, right, sure, Jesse actually has something extra for us.
Well, Jova, in my country we usually say, friends are one thing, business is another.
That explains the relationship between Phoenix and Larry Butts a lot.
I mean, I don't care. I mean, yeah, you're my friend, sure, but you're still a customer, and I'm still a customer, so you should still pay me. Sorry.
Survival can be a matter of luck or skill.
You never know what side of the dice you'll be on. 1 minute you're breathing fine, next thing you know, you're stabbed right through the stomach by a long pointy sword.
It'll be like this. Don't you see, spiky dude? You're already being paid with friendship. Or what is friendship? Can I spend that?
But anyway,
can I buy
material tutorial.
Yeah, but anyway, now it's time to check out how the materia stuff is used for this game. It's not too different from the original. You still equip it to your weapon and or accessory.
You actually get to see how it looks visually slotted in with the weapons too.
And with it, you can, unlike the earlier game, with it you can do various spells and all other abilities. Or summoning, as we'll see later on in the playthrough.
There's the thing. If you complete the chapter 1 with the 20 minutes limit, she gives you a couple of items as an extra reward too. Just mentioning.
Note to self.
But yeah, Disaster Report is a series about exactly what it says on the tin. You actually witnessing a disaster and reporting on it. So you need to traverse like a city that is in the middle of an earthquake or a flood or stuff like that. And this is kind of how those games behave, similar to what you're seeing right now. Also people having to run around you to do everything, to do some platforming or some parkour, having to dodge ravines, survive and shit.
Oh no, guys. What have we done?
The humanity.
What has Avalanche become?
Just remember, Cloud. It's in it for the paycheck. It's in it for the paycheck. Don't cry. At least don't cry until you get home.
But yeah, just like Maximilian described when he first described this chapter, if you go to listen to what these people are around, all these people are like distraught and saying, "Oh, I was working in my shop in that shop today, and now it's gone," or "My family is still missing." Again, even for the minor lines for the NPC,
snap.
they bother to help building more the situation, and it's also helped by the gajillion different voice actor that Square keeps using since 13.2 for the NPCs.
Excuse me, just dropping in, folks.
Although one flaw I found with that during this playthrough is that half the time they're still saying things even though the main character is trying to say something to you. I can't really hear what they're saying half the time.
Well, I guess it depends on how much distant you are.
No, I've gone
okay, hold on.
closer to stuff.
Okay.
Well, that's what the text. That's what the subtitles are for.
Oh, hey, they have fire
I'm ready to
hydrants.
see something that wasn't in the original.
There.
Yeah.
It's time to use one of the dummy out concepts that the original was supposed to have.
Might as well. Why not? This is
Oh,
actually
no. Yeah, I mean, damn. Fate really bit right back at Avalanche right here.
Well, Cloud.
I remember something.
I remember. This is what
Not
Square
the time
Enix
to have
was
a
like.
PTSD episode. Oh, there he is.
I
This is
remember.
Hey Jova. Hey Jova. Hey Cloud. You know what? I'm here to change things.
Say,
You know what?
what?
Either that or this was a very accurate representation of Square Enix 10 years ago.
Oh, snap.
Oh,
And there are better,
excuse me.
I have better analogies for that, Dwibs.
And there's Sephiroth appearing quite a bit earlier than he did last time.
Wait,
His
Sephiroth,
voice-
this isn't in the script?
Is
Well,
voiced by... Oh, hold on. Gone.
Well, like Theo said, this was actually something that was deleted.
In the original game, the idea was having Cloud having more PTSD episodes like this earlier, and actually seeing something like a vision of a giant Sephiroth floating in the sky or something like that.
Hence,
But because they didn't implement it for time constraints and wanted to waste too much time on the space on disk.
this is the reason for one of the covers that shows Cloud looking up at the actor with a giant Sephiroth looming up in the distance.
But
Anyway, Sephiroth in this game
it's voiced by Tyler Hoechlin. I don't know how it's pronounced properly.
AKA
Superman.
He's Superman in the Arrowverse, which is funny because his previous voice
George
Also-
Newborn.
also voiced Superman.
What's up with Square and casting Superman voice
I
actors
think
as
there-
Sephiroth?
I think
It's a
there's
nice
some kind of
side gag.
irony. Yeah, I think it's a kind of irony because Sephiroth was supposed to be engineered as the Superman of the Final Fantasy VII guy.
Yeah, true. George Newborn has always been, to me, the de facto
say
voice
this.
for Sephiroth.
I will say this, I'm gonna have to agree with Jova. Don't get me wrong, this actor is perfectly fine, he gets the job done, but I still prefer George Newbern, to be honest. I think his voice fit the Sephiroth so well.
And you can definitely tell that Tyler
that was
here
an-
is going to try and
This
do a George
character-
Newbern voice, too.
Well, this actor, he can act, don't get me wrong, it's just that he doesn't have the intimidation in the factor in the voice that George Newbern had. And has, because he's technically still playing Sephiroth.
Wow, I must say, I am a very good-looking dead guy.
No kidding.
Oh, and
How many times do I have to kill you before you stay dead, Sephiroth?
And now, and Cloud, I'm about to drop a home truth on you. Spiky-headed characters are so overrated.
No, you take that back.
Also, that's wet.
Look how glorious and lovely my hair is compared to yours.
Joke's on
Oh,
you.
that reminds me, Dwibs.
Hold on.
Considering...
Actually, this is a bit important, the line that Sephiroth is about to say.
So many things will be lost. Your hometown burns so bright,
Well, Sephiroth's definitely being up and clear about what his
hold
plans
on.
be.
bleeding from me to spare you. The shiver of her flesh yielding to cold.
Oh.
Yeah, the original script is a bit more direct because it's implied that in this case Sephiroth actually killed Cloud's mother with his Masamune.
Which binds
Because in the original script is like the sound of my blade trespassing her.
I put your mother in the boxes you're so scared of today.
I'm not dead, but your mother is.
And I'm the one who put her there.
In the box.
Run away, never return.
Wait, what? But your goal is to kill me.
I'm not yet. I have to follow the script too.
I love how Cloud was just like, alright, I have a sword.
It's interesting you say that, Dwibs, because hold on, I'm gonna do a little bit of foreshadowing myself in a few moments.
God, I really gotta stop doing the Mako.
Superman would never preach hatred, damn you.
Well, depends. If it's Zack Snyder's interpretation of Superman, then maybe, yeah.
Anyway, you were saying earlier, Pedro?
No, hold on. Wait for it. I'll do it when the moment.
Yeah, sure, Cloud. Just Mako snorting.
It's okay, I was just...
Tail, phase 1, denial.
Look, I was just hallucinating all those burning buildings and everything. It was totally just
And
in my
passing
head.
out.
You've been walking past burning buildings.
My leg!
I think this particular track is actually remixed from one of Advent Children.
Yeah, that's
Anyway, you were...
I know that there is one early on somewhere in this game. I just don't know which one specifically.
Anyway, Pedro, you were saying... You're trying to say earlier?
No, like I told you, Dwibs, I'll say it when it becomes relevant. Hold on.
Just
be
wait.
patient.
All good things come to those who are patient. Like
Don't worry,
me.
Dwibs. Unlike you, I can retain what I'm about to say for more than 2 minutes. I'm fine.
Anyway, but yeah, that's a good point to you. You'll notice that this remake retains a lot of stuff, not just from the original 7, but arguably from the whole compilation. Like we mentioned earlier, Heidegger has more as designed from Before Crisis.
But even some story beats are taken from it more directly.
Same.
There's also a poster for Banora White, which is based on a fruit that was very, very hammered into your face, into your head in Crisis Core.
So all we need is just something hinting at Dirge of Cerberus now.
I actually haven't found anything yet that may hint at the deep ground labs,
Dirge of
surprisingly.
Dirge of Cerberus. Not a bad game, mind you, but it has a weird ending.
Gameplay, story-wise, it aged better to me, but gameplay-wise, it aged badly.
But
It's
yeah.
sort of a paradox.
Street.
But Tia, when you get down
The
to it,
gift of a goddess.
when you get down to it, Tia, we still haven't really gotten fruition to that secret ending of Dirge of Cerberus, where
Oh,
Genesis.
there's Aerith, I think.
We're probably not going to.
Well,
Yep.
well,
No. What are you talking about? She's mysterious
Alright,
flower girl.
now I get to. Yeah. Yeah, notice how, okay, get in position, Aerith. Get in position. There you go. That's supposed to be your position. Now stay there.
Oh, no.
Oh, and yeah, you don't know how tempted I was to stab her right now.
But why? What has she even
Unfortunate-
done to you?
I would, but unfortunately it's not part of the script, so I won't.
Yeah, even though I'm meddling with it now.
Ugh.
What does it look like, Harry?
God, I got a fever, and the only prescription is flowers. God, I need a flower girl.
Don't worry.
This is exactly what I was talking about in Firth and Seraph, the stereotype of nice girls in JRPGs being flower sellers.
Also,
Seraph being one of them.
yeah. Also, don't worry, Cloud. Don't worry, Cloud. I'll take a stab at this flower selling thing.
You do that,
Also-
Earth. You do
That's
it.
so funny.
Also, wait. Is it me or did the flower just vanish from her hand in one bit?
I don't know,
I
but
didn't notice that.
you know, I gotta say, that flower does look like it's a cut above the rest.
Well, that depends on the customer.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
It's on the
Yeah.
0 out of 10, she doesn't actually let you pay for the flower. I'm sorry. Remake ruined forever.
Huh. I don't know why, but when I see this girl, I get the feeling like I want to take her, sit her down in a corner, and teach her how to dodge
Aerith?
giant swords.
She take.
Aerith,
Wait,
Please.
you're not doing things properly right now.
you're all worked up about?
You're not supposed to meet Cloud yet.
No one's
Well, actually, no, she is. It's not that. Hold on. You'll
I'll
see.
never see the original game.
Well, me too,
Yeah,
but
Cloud
I'm
also
also doing
disappoint,
something that Jova knows.
How disappointed our reactor just blew up.
Yes,
What are you doing?
exactly. Go away, Aerith.
What?
No, don't grab Cloud. Bad touch. Aside from
Oh.
Oh, now we
Oh.
got we've got the
Dementors.
Dementors.
Okay, that Mako poisoning is really getting to me now.
Yeah, now Harry
pissed
Potter is
off?
blending in.
you pissed them off. For reasons that I
Oh,
cannot
God.
say right now yet.
Okay, Flower Girl, what the hell was in those flowers?
Oh my god, it's Job. Job. It's so great watching these scenes again in hindsight because
Yes.
you get to notice all the little details.
You're right.
I should go. I'm Commander Shepard.
My planet needs
Yeah, there
me.
you go. Now you're doing it properly. Go away. Exactly.
then.
She's gonna be okay.
She wasn't happy with the initial roll, I guess.
Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. She's from a slice of life. She'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put my sword on the ground.
Yeah,
officers.
seriously, overconfidence is one thing, but that's
Yeah.
more stupidity.
Anyway, now to deal. Just gotta deal now with these bastards.
Hey,
That's
let the
others.
battles begin.
Well, it's a different rendition from the actual mix we will later get.
I
Later on
believe
in
this
the standard
rendition is
battlefield.
called X-Merc.
I actually don't know.
There's not an official soundtrack yet, so we don't know the titles.
Actually, well, somebody has been data mining
Oh,
the
is it-
names of the tracks from it.
Oh, the file names are actually actual proper titles instead of just track 1, track 2, and...
Oh, yeah.
Most of them, yeah.
Basically, Pedro, if you data mine them, you'll find the names for them.
Oh, okay. Well, it depends on the game, though. There are a lot of games that just have track 1, track 2, or like some kind of big code name, but don't actually have any proper intelligible names.
Yep. Yes, Mr. Security Officer. All is clear.
Out of the
It's
way,
like the
doggo.
trailer from Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Now,
Battlefront
a lot of times...
Not clear.
A lot of times, Jova, the sound programmers leave the music files as track 1 through how many number there are, because it makes it easier to... it makes their job as sound programmers a lot easier, because it becomes easier to create a formula where the game just goes get whatever track with which specific number. If they have specific names, then that requires extra work on part of the sound programmers. So
Well,
a lot of
kudos
times,
to them, I guess, for leaving the names in the data mine.
a lot of times it depends on how the sound programmers are feeling. Like I guess.
Also, Dwibs, I'm sad to see that you actually lost a material that could have helped you really in this particular section. But basically, you can get. It was actually really visible in one of the cutscenes, I think. Basically, near a car, you can get. Yeah, there you go. It was visible for a second there. You can get your first purple materia, which allows you to do. How it's to describe a traditional action game. A different attack after doing a dodge roll, meaning that you can strategize a bit more your combat, and it's perfect to work with as Cloud, particularly in this section where you're swarmed with soldiers.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm doing fine.
Well, it helps with your on easy mode.
Yeah. That obviously means I'm not a dedicated fan.
Oh, absolutely. Instead, you're a Kotaku journalist.
Honestly, Dwibs, even the original game isn't even all that hard until you get to the later parts or the optional.
They
stuff
actually created a specific mod to revamp the entire, not necessarily the combat, but revamp the stats of the entire game and to give new materials and stuff like that, which is called 587 New Threat. I actually recommend, if you do have time and curiosity, try to give it a look, because the story is essentially the same. The script is slightly adjusted to basically remove the typo, making phrases a bit more understandable here and there, so you're not gonna get this guy are sick. Yeah, you're not gonna get that.
Die boxes. You too.
But
That reminds me, Dwibs, are you actually going to show the Whack-a-Box minigame, considering that's perfect for your characterization of Cloud in this remake?
I don't think I've got that far yet.
Well, have you
Okay.
gotten to chapter? What chapter are you in right now?
8.
Oh, well, then that's
Oh.
are you doing the side quest in chapter 8 right now?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
if you do all of them, eventually you'll have the ability to play Whack-a-Box, so be sure to look out for that.
yeah,
Sure.
That way your Cloud can break all the boxes he could ever want.
And get prizes for it.
Be advised, target approaching residential area. Steel hall action immediately. Target sighted. Get him.
It's all or nothing now.
Dwibs, that was your cue to change equipment.
Well, I'm trying to find the bloody ladder first. Eh?
Also, opening the minimap with the touchpad of a PS4 controller may help.
I do that later on. It's just right now I don't need it.
Well, anyway, new enemy type, someone with a riot shield and an electric baton, because apparently Nomura was a fan of Star Wars The Force Awakens, I guess.
But not to
It
worry.
doesn't necessarily have to be from there.
I know, but I don't know, the way it was presented also in the trailer gave me the vibe that it was based on, oh god, he has a specific code name, but the fandom calls it the TR41.
Yeah, die boxes. Grr. Fuck you. Where's the remains of my bomb, damn it? But anyway, you'd think Shinra would provide their guards with fireproof shields. There's some more boxes.
That's the problem, Dwibs. The ideal strategy to face the enemies with shield is to circle around them and hit them from behind. So unfortunately, it doesn't do them much good.
Out of my way.
Either that or I got another theory about why Cloud hates boxes, not just his parents being thrown in one by Sephiroth.
You know, you gotta love how every
they
time
were
you
playing-
defeat one, they seem to disappear into the live stream, since they vanish into a green bout of magic.
It's a
dust.
Twitter transposition on how the enemies basically disappeared in the red glow.
But now this time I-
When Cloud, basically my idea is when Cloud was younger, he and Tifa were playing hide and seek, but Tifa got stuck in said box, and Cloud, while searching for Tifa, got himself trapped in one as well. They were rescued, but since then, coupled with the death of his parents, Cloud was not exactly thrilled with the prospect of ever running into another box. Even though that's what he probably has to use to get deliveries done to his house.
Uh-huh.
It's a tragic life for the guy.
How ironic.
Not being able to trust a basic household necessity.
See, Dwibs, you're learning.
I mean, it helps that I'm leveling up a lot.
Why would I surrender myself to the public security that literally
Again,
said to
gotta
shooting to
love,
kill on sight?
Gotta love the confidence of the Shinra soldiers.
Yeah, we'll get this guy. He has spiky hair. Who has that anymore?
You know, I actually met quite a few spiky hair protagonists when I was in the Smash tournament.
What the fuck's that?
Only the greatest crossover of all time. Not that you're gonna live to see it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to put this dog down, sir.
Pull the trigger, Cloud.
It's like, I have no idea what we were thinking with that advert.
Please give us a
Right.
pound.
And
or
yeah,
we'll
you can
pull the trigger.
You can sprint. And yeah, you
I
can
was
sprint.
more
You can,
referencing Old Yeller, but yeah.
but anyway, you can sprint by holding down L3.
Actually, it's R1.
Ah, Tifa, where's that thing you lost from that hide and seek game gone? I will find it for you.
This scene was actually one of the early trailers, just looking slightly different.
Wow, you guys really are confident.
Or desperate.
But the guards behind you will be nice enough to let you kill their comrades in front of him before they go on the attack.
Alright, boys, look at your
That's
guns.
called
Now
a
back
mix
to
shield.
me. Now look at your guns. Now back to me. I am not your guns. I'm taking down your men. Oh, wait, no,
And
your
now
men are
it's
falling
transitioning,
down
I think, to
now.
the proper battle theme. There you go.
Look at that. I'm taking you down to the tune of an awesome battle theme right now.
I mean, it even has the little sound effect whose name I can't think of.
The Anvil sound effect, like
yeah,
if their factory press is moving on.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, that one, yeah.
Now ask yourself,
bang.
boys, is it really worth the paycheck to take me on?
Oh, it's called the Huntsman in English. Interesting. For the Italian version, it's called Lieutenant Tonga, which I guess it's the Japanese name.
Cute.
They probably played quite well for their job, Joker.
You have to ask though,
It's
is it enough?
Shinra. By that you probably mean paying well means that they're not taking their families hostages for a week.
I love how when I fired the fire at that guy, it blew him off the fucking side. It blew him off the pavement into the water.
Okay, if Sephiroth is one of the new characters for the second Smash Fighters Pass, they've got to include some music from this remake in there.
And there we are. We've crossed the
And they
Huntsman.
don't stop coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have crossed the Huntsman twice at the box office.
Oh,
Stop triggering deja vu in me. It's not good for my head.
if only there was a
Look for
convenient train to jump on.
Hey,
Oh,
just
there
what
it
I
is.
needed. I'm really good at jumping on and off trains!
Whee!
So long, suckers.
God, quick fire it!
And then Cloud gets his head splatter onto the wall of the tunnel.
Yeah, he's giving the
Fuck.
guards the middle finger, but he's unaware of the thing until it's too late. Ah, fuck you, guards. I got.
About that.
You saw him in action, didn't you?
That'd be very pretty embarrassing. After all that, Cloud dies because you didn't look behind him, the careless prick.
Barrett.
He secretly cares.
At least now I don't have to pay the asshole. Okay.
Also,
I
think
just thought
that,
I'd drop
I've been-
in.
I think that people have been told me about it because I actually haven't seen that movie. Is that Big's design, more particularly in this remake, is based on Charlie Sheen's character in Platoon, apparently. But I haven't seen that movie, so I don't know.
Maybe Roberto's a fan.
Very possibly. So he put one of our movie reference and his waifu in the Avalanche team. Interesting.
Also, Barrett's being a tsundere.
Yes, he totally is.
Oh, go, Cloud's got a question.
This is going to make dating Barrett all the much more an earned privilege in the second part.
Cloud, not for nothing, but you're probably the better skilled in combat, so I don't know how they can help.
Invisible. They were, at first. Only saw them after she grabbed me.
Also, the flower survived through all of this.
Oh, it does, actually.
That is, well, I mean, well, then again, the flower managed to not be pulverized from a guy stepping on it. So.
Oh yeah, it had to survive, because I have a special sweetheart I need to give this flower to.
But Jesse's right next to you. Why did you give it to her already?
Jesse
Normally,
is
I
too
would
easy.
object, but the game tries to do its best to pull the ship between Cloud and Jesse.
I'll just say
wait.
this Dwibs Jesse's too easy. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't she just thirsty constantly?
maybe after I get to know her better, but for now, I got a special sweetheart waiting back for me in 7 Heaven.
It ain't gonna work out, Cloud.
Well, I mean, I know that the series eventually ended, but you
Geez, the
know.
train's crowded tonight.
Yeah. Oh, God, out of the way.
Excuse me, coming
Sorry.
through. Watch the
Don't
sword.
Don't mind the giant ass sword I've got on the back.
Yeah, seriously, Cloud, but with the sword tilting like that, you're probably chopping someone's legs. Now it makes sense why Dwibs had to record.
Or at least shaving the ends off the seats.
I'm sure Buster Swords are incredibly common here in Midgar.
Hands are still shaking.
It's not like we had a whole game talking about the origin of that goddamn sword.
Yeah, no one seems really bothered by it.
No,
Yeah,
again,
yeah, I think Giant
JRPG
Buster Swords
logic.
like this all
Oh,
the
he has a
time.
different clothes from us and a giant weapon dangling from him. Well, it's fine.
Maybe they think it's cosplay.
I mean, I would
Well,
be
to
more
be fair, Teo, this is the uniform of
I would be
soldier.
more concerned here by the fact that Wedge roams around with huge shoulder pads and a fucking grenade launcher strapped on his back. Like,
You know. While this is going on, guys, I want to share a little experience I've been having while playing. I've been playing some games recently. Alongside recording this for the channel, I've also been playing Persona 5 Royal. which is also an RPG, from a JRPG to be exact, and bouncing back and forth between those two styles keeps giving me a lot of whiplash, but it's still fun.
You mean just in terms of how they look, but also how they play?
Or everything.
Because gameplay-wise, it's a condition that TV tropes call damn new muscle memory.
Yeah, I mean, one's an action RPG, the other's turn-based.
What are you referring to?
The fact that when you jump from... Normally, TV tropes refers to this as from when you play games of the same series in a row and the control schemes change, but I think it's applicable also when you're playing 2 games back to back. Hold on, actually like this cutscene.
Enough, just he has the same voice.
With a remix of the choral theme, specifically, a piano remix.
Interesting.
Now, keep in mind, this is not actually Barrett's theme. Barrett's theme is similar, but it's still different. This is actually distinct, the choral theme.
Oh yeah, does Barrett's theme make a return in this remake?
Yes, at least for the jukebox discs, at least.
I don't think I've come across that yet.
Ora ho dato buttare.
Just a law-abiding concerned citizen.
Sure.
You're not helping, Barrett.
He's not eating them, come on.
In my humble opinion, that explosion was a mess.
Yes, dear gun-armed sir.
Not that that's unsuspicious or anything.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm damn inconspicuous with this.
I am definitely not a member of Avalanche for saying these things, I assure you.
Work together for peace and prosperity.
Yeah, that guy kind of looks a bit like Superman with his hairstyle.
Yes.
Yay, clap! Yay.
Being a corporate slave is great.
I'm surprised when they kept that, that they actually include that from a Japanese developer, because that kind of behavior is exactly the corporate behavior that a lot of Japanese companies force onto their, employees. So I'm surprised. Square Enix is doing some actual social commentary. What is this? What is this? Final Fantasy VII? Oh wait.
Yeah, exactly. Well, a Final Fantasy VII like 23 years after the original.
It's just a social commentary charged.
Without being that intrusive.
Yeah.
And, hopefully my actions while playing as Cloud won't fuck that up. Cloud would be like,
She just screamed
yeah, you should only use swords where necessary.
That's another thing.
Everywhere he goes.
I briefly mentioned this, I think, in the trailers or the demo, but one thing that I like about the script is how in your face it is, the English script. Characters have no problem. Well, yeah, characters have no problems swearing to each other. They talk more directly. Sometimes they brush off. Again, the edginess of the original spirit of the original game's localization is there in 100%. So back when the presentations were made, I thought, okay, we'll probably include like 1 or 2 there just to be cute. Stay safe. No. The swears are plenty in this script.
Yeah, one thing that runs throughout this game is them constantly saying, "I need a shower."
Honestly, I would argue that they swear at this even more than in the original, because when you do Cloud's ascension limit break in this game, one of the quotes you can say is "Let's dance, asshole." So
yeah, sometimes before battle he says, "I don't have time for your shit."
Oh, you think that's bad? Without even spoiling, let's just say Aerith has a bit of a potty mouth in this game too.
Aerith?
What is this? What is this? Yeah, I was surprised too, Shira, believe me.
Which feed the insatiable appetites of the public. The train will be passing through an ID checkpoint shortly. This here is the train's route. As you can see, it'll take
also playing devil's advocate. I mean, Aerith is already acting differently, Dwibs.
Not that much differently, a little. It gets more. It's more evident as you play through the game.
Well, it's one of those things where, it's one of those things where her portrayal in this game is pretty much uses the original game as a base, but they make her a bit more spunky.
Also, yeah, another thing that this game does is to actually analyze, at least for a second, the fact that they need IDs for the checkpoints on the train. Yeah, amongst other things, Shira knows every single shit about your life. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing that a lot of websites say is that use VPNs because websites and, for example, telephone companies keep getting your data and it's important for them.
Smog and the flowers die.
Then leave and don't look back. That's what's always
Oh,
leave.
Cloud.
It's all well if you're only out for yourself. But the folks down there don't have the luxury of
Oh,
choice.
you know it's serious when he takes off the sunglasses.
Well, yeah, it's a show of actual honesty. It's not like just spewing some, preachiness. He actually talks legitimately in that kind of sense, more honest heart to heart. Again, there's a lot of visual telling in this game that I actually like.
Sorry, that was a bit of a weird thing that was
I mean,
strange.
it is weird to me considering once again the cutscene direction is actually done by Motomu Toriyama,
And I got another trophy.
I'm a guy who's mostly concerned in showing people's asses on screen. How does he actually manages to get?
He's
right
been pretty
these,
tame so far, I have to say.
Don't worry,
Right.
the ass shots will arrive. Don't worry.
Chapter 3, Home
Sweet Slum. Oh.
Well, Sheila, remember, he's not the creative head of this project. Nomura is. So, he doesn't have the full creative control he had.
Also, yeah,
in,
the senior
in
manager also in the
Trilogy.
family.
Nice.
Damn, we are good.
Who said that? It's the Avalanche people. Get them.
Yay! Out of our 4, technically 5, if we count
Yeah, shut the
who
fuck up, even
members.
though I'm the one who started.
Yeah. Barrett, look in the fucking mirror.
Oh, yeah, Barrett, you were the one who started screaming first. Jesus.
Okay. To his credit, he just talked about how awesome they are. They were the ones who talked
I
about
guess,
bombs
yeah.
being detonated and members being
Also,
lost and all that.
codename question, Jova. What R&R stands exactly? I guess
Rest
one R
and
is West.
relaxation.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Keep her waiting. She'll wear
No, it stands for Reno and Rude.
Yes, that they are for later, Dwibs. Also, minor technical detail, just for visual telling. The tattoo that Barrett has on his left arm, the design is actually taken from the rest of the compilation, which is slightly different from the one in the original game. I actually don't know why they changed it. It's not censorship or anything. I guess it's just a pure aesthetic, change. But just to notice. Anyway,
Join
I
us for the
guess
next part.
we'll
Join
meet
us for the next
Tifa.
part where we'll run back to 7th Heaven after the 2 decades.
See ya.
See you
See ya.
then.
See ya.